Welcome to the Furnace, where the Guildford Heat were hosting the Worcester Wolves on their first of two back-to-back visits. The Heat were out for revenge after a 111-77 defeat up in Worcester a few weeks before. The game also saw the return of ex-Heat coach Paul James, who spent 4 years patrolling the sidelines at the Furnace. When the two sides met in Worcester, Kostis Normantis was the catalyst for the Wolves, with 31 points and 9 rebounds. Also making a return to the Furnace was ex-Heat star Danny Gilbert, who spent 2 very successful seasons with the Heat. Danny torched the Heat for 32 points in their last game, going 7 of 10 from downtown. And so to the action, the Heat winning the opening tip. The Heat got things going early on, and after this miss, were soon on the scoreboard when Teo Ogadembe scored inside from an LA Drakeford assist. Kenny followed this up with a strong move to the basket, drawing a quick foul on Danny Gilbert, who wasn't happy with the call. Kenny's 2 free throws made it 4-0 to the Heat. The Wolves struck back. First Rod Middleton with this steal and a fast break basket to make it 2-4 to the Heat. Then it was the turn of Normantis, who tied the game at 4-all with a similar play. However, the Heat kept attacking the basket, LA finding Chad McKnight for another bucket inside, before Kenny cut through the Wolves' defence for another layup. When the Heat weren't scoring, they were drawing fouls, LA the beneficiary on this play. He would go on to make his 2 free throws and put the Heat up 13-12. PJ and the Worcester bench looked on, clearly not too happy with things, while Richard Scantlebury was encouraging the Heat from the sidelines. At the other end, it was Rod Middleton's turn to get upset with the referees. He felt he was fouled on this jump shot by Julius Joseph, but didn't get the call. PJ expressed his frustration from the sidelines. The Heat kept on playing though. JJ scoring inside on his way to 10 first quarter points. It was also a physical game, with Wolves centre Goridas Canisius coming off the worst after taking an accidental elbow to the face. Fortunately, he was able to return later on in the game. The Heat were trailing 20-26 at the end of the first quarter, but a 21-6 Wolves run put them in control in the second, taking a 53-42 lead into half-time. Heat fan Jared Adams also made history as became the first person this season to make the Frederick Miller long haul shot. Everyone was so stunned that we forgot to film his friend Alex, who also made his shot. Both win season tickets for next year. The Heat needed a strong second half, and while they kept fighting, they didn't help themselves by missing free throws, going just 7 of 13 from the line in the second half. In contrast, the Wolves made 10 of their 15 free throws after the break. The Heat kept themselves in the game with strong defence, this steal leading to a rare 3 from JJ in transition. The Heat, however, struggled from range, going just 4 of 20 from behind the arc, with JJ netting 3 of those. At the other end, the Heat failed to block out Normantis, who made them pay with this putback on his way to 22 points. One of the bright spots for the Heat was Teo, who kept up his strong play, Chad finding him here for another easy 2 points. Another bright spot was Heat's defence on Danny Gilbert. Although he scored on this play, Danny was held to just 2 points in the second half as he battled foul trouble. Teo continued his strong play, but this was matched by the Wolves. First it was Harry Dizzy, muscling his way inside and then finishing with a soft touch on his jump shot. Next it was the turn of Devin Smith, who stayed with the play to score under the basket at the second attempt, despite Kenny's best efforts. Teo did his damage close to the basket, scoring here on the fast break on his way to a season high 28 points. When Danny Gilbert fouled out in the fourth quarter, it was already too late for the Heat, who trailed 78-94 despite a late 9-2 run. This Normantis fast break score put the Wolves ahead 96-81, and then his heave as the shot clock expired pretty much summed up the Heat's day. Teo's score off LA's missed 3 rounded off the scoring, the Heat going down 88-102. They had put up a good fight, but it was not enough, and the Wolves were the deserving victors.